Hi everyone, this is Tracy from craftjunkie2.com, and I have been personalizing projects, gifts, different crafts that I've done for many years, and I am incorporating that into my paper crafts at craftjunkie2.com and here on YouTube. Some of y'all, I've gotten some of my viewers asking about my personalization, my handwriting, and so if I had any pointers for y'all, for some of you that really want to do this for your projects or for your little gifts. All right, the first point or the first tip that I have is to use good quality markers. I prefer to use the Sharpie markers, which is the permanent marker, the actual Sharpie brand. There are a lot of, you know, they think they're Sharpie, but they're not, and they will smudge, they'll smear. They just don't look as crisp as the actual Sharpie. All right, my two favorite that I use most of the time are the fine point and the ultra fine point. All right, now the next pointer that I have is when you are looking to do personalization or writing, make sure that you write as straight as you can, meaning if you write slanted, your little dots that you do are not going to look as, your letters, your words are not going to look as pretty. And so I'll give you an example here. If I write my name and I do my little dots, that's how it's going to look. Oops. Okay, as you can see here in this top one, I wrote as straight as I could. This one I tried to write slanted, but I'm so used to writing straight up and down. It just really makes a difference of how you form your letters. So if you are, what I mean by writing as straight as you can is just, you know, from the top of your page down, just try to write it as straight as you can. And so then when you put your little dots on there, it just really gives it a nice crisp look. If you do it slanted, it just, to me, it just doesn't look as well. I mean, but you know, to each its own. Okay, now depending on the size or where you're going to be putting your little personalization, the first thing that I do is I will try to, you know, first you want to make your, I'm going to do Spencer's name. You're going to make your first letter. And then what I want to do is I want to kind of offset my letters just a little bit so that they look, if you can kind of see the space that you're at, I want to kind of offset them just a little bit so they're not all in the same just take your time and try not to rush it. All right, and then you can put your little dots. Practice, practice, practice. And the points that I have, the tips that I have is to keep your marker or your pen or whatever you're personalizing with as straight as you can. The way you form your letters are going to be a big deal. If you, you know, I prefer to put my letters or write my letters like this, but everybody writes just a little bit different. So it depends on how you form your letters. Another tip that I have is, depending on the space, make sure that you space your letters. If you know, put the other one over here and then you do it like this, I mean, that's not going to look right. So make sure that you just try to keep as the distance between this letter and then your next letter kind of the same, and it just looks a lot more uniform. I have been doing the little dots on the letters for so many years. It's kind of my little, when people see it, they say, you know, that they know that I did it. And if you can kind of see with Skylar's name here, I have offset them just a little bit, just kind of slanted it just a little bit this way. You're going to have to find your style, and it just really depends on your letters. I mean, the names, the names that you're personalizing. Like, you can kind of see how Spencer's name has the combination of the letters and then the combination of Skylar's letters. It just really depends on what letters you're putting together. Now, the ultrafine marker is one of my favorite also, and it's for just using, you know, in the smaller spaces. And you can kind of see the difference, and then I will take this fine point and actually do the little dots. And I'll show you the difference with that. You kind of see the little difference. This is with a fine marker, and then this is with the ultra fine. So, sorry, I hit the camera. So, what I have, the tips that I have are to practice. And this is the big one. And you can kind of see how I offset my letters just a little bit. Try to keep them as straight as you can, not slant them, but just offset them. And some might say, well, what is the difference? There's just a little difference. If you slant your letters, if you like that look, you know, that's awesome. But I'll get people that'll call me or send me messages. You know, I've just personalized a lot of different things for people over the years. Okay, and there you see. And if you want to proportion your letters depending on what you're personalizing, my T right here, and I did this on purpose because I wanted to show you how the T is so much more bigger than the C. And it just kind of, the bigger you get, I did this on purpose. I wanted to show you, I started this way, and then I got a little bigger, and then a little bigger. If you like that look, that's good. If not, go ahead and try to keep all of your letters kind of around the same size. And I just usually just make a circle. And sometimes you can, you know, if you make a little mistake, you can hide your mistake with your marker. Sorry, the back is showing in. But you can kind of see the difference when it's all in the way that you form your letters and the space that you put in between your letters. And practice, practice, practice. But you please email me at any time and I will give you some more specific pointers. And thanks for watching, thanks for following, and thanks for viewing my videos. Talk to you all later. Bye.